All right, so my name's Aiden, and this is my brand, Transcend Outfitters. So, some of the aesthetics and style that I want to put behind is so this is going to be a street style brand, street style clothing that combines two different kinds of aesthetics of um, grungy skater kind of style with outdoorsy and like Patagonia, North Face kind of aesthetic as well. Combining the two to give like kind of a Pacific Northwest inspired look. Um, some of the keywords I want to put into it is like things like I said, like grungy and outdoorsy and all that. But I also want to include a lot of like geometric designs, music inspired things. Like have psychedelic designs on the bag, and there's going to be separate styles for each one. I want to keep some of the outdoorsy looking ones a little bit more minimal with the geometric designs, kind of representing a lot of like, or like symbolizing trees and mountains and stuff like that, put into like a minimal geometric shape that keeps it simple and represents maybe some of that that look. But then I also want to like make really extravagant looking, colorful designs on some of the graphic T-shirts. Um, yeah, so these were some of the names I went through. So there was Transcend, Vivid, Rapture, Elysium, and these were the logos that kind of went with it. I really liked the simple approach of having like some geometric designs, keeping it simple, making it easily recognizable as a logo. And I really like the Elysium logo there. But I tried to combine it with the three boxes, but it didn't really look right in a way, and it didn't really represent what I was going for with the brand. So I decided to keep it simple and go with like a geometric design with triangles, and this is the one that I came up with, and I plan on making maybe similar or different logos for each clothing item I have, kind of mix it up a little bit, but for the most part, it's going to be centered around this design here. And the fonts that I use is this font called Atom. There's three different kinds: light, medium, and bold. And then I think for some of the like websites, fonts and all that, I'm going to keep it with Futura. I really wanted to go with like a geometric sans serif font to just keep it clean cut, and I think that these will represent the brand a little bit better than some other fonts. When it comes to geometric designs, like this is kind of the idea that I had, just to kind of base it around. Like I was saying earlier, with the keeping it minimal with some of the outdoorsy stuff that will represent like top right, and then like the bottom left ones with mountains and trees and all that. But I kind of wanted to keep it really cool and with some of the skater stuff, like um, have things like the bottom two right and middle, and then as well as like the top two left and middle. Um, yeah. So here are some of the T-shirts that I was just kind of playing around with and put some logos on there. This would just be one of the simpler ones that we have. There will be a graphic on the back, uh, but for the most part, like I just want to keep it simple when it comes to the geometricness of the front and the side pocket. And so when we're talking about like the style and aesthetic, these were some of the pictures that I found online that I was kind of aiming at. Band like distressed old vintage looking band tees, like denim shirts, skinny jeans, things like that is what I was going for. Um, with the hoodie on the bottom left, I really like that. I believe that's from YG's album Stay Dangerous, and I really like that hoodie. So things like that look is really what I'm trying to go for. And then as well as like with all the t-shirts and graphic tees that I make, I really want to make it like a unisex brand where both both genders can buy the same shirt in the same sizes and all that stuff, and still give off that same look. There's no separate like this shirt's only for men's, this shirt's only for women's. I want to keep it both ways. Um, but for like specific women's styles, things like this where it's like button up t-shirts with like cool designs on it, and like high waisted jeans and overalls, stuff like that. Um, And then like with the bottom right shirt or picture, the shirt that she's wearing is like a Joy Division shirt. Obviously we've all seen that. It's a pretty famous t-shirt that a lot of people wear. But like when I say music inspired, it's things like that where I kind of want to take like a music idea or like a old poster or something and change it around enough to where it gives a new look to it, but like you're still repping your favorite band, you know. And then when I'm talking about like matching the outdoorsy style, I really want to make like a lot of cool flannels, things to match those flannels, beanies, hats, shoes designs. I really like Vans, winterized boots and stuff. Yeah. So I'm taking a lot of inspiration for like the graphic tees that I plan on making from a brand called Civil Regime. I really, really like the images that they put on there and how much they like liquefy them and change them around, all the colors that make it pop. Very clean, but like creative in a way, you know? Um, and then what I was talking about with the Joy Division shirt, this is another shirt that Civil Regime makes, Sinners Division. I thought that was really cool. So in a way, I want to change around what concept it is, but make it its own creative thing. And with that, the graphic tees, and changing around old things is so I want to take a bunch of old movie posters, maybe comic books, obviously what I said, like with old concert flyers and stuff, and change them around, rip them up, um, and give its own twist. The picture on the top right is kind of like this idea that I have of giving it that really uh, bitmap halftone look and mixing it up with like some like texturize the pictures is really what I mean. Um, and like with comics and like mangas, I this is a jacket that Supreme sells that I really like a lot. How they took this scene from, I think it's Akira, um, and put on the back of this jacket, and I just think it's a really cool scene in that manga. And then like here were some pictures and posters I found to mix in with the music inspired aesthetic that I'm going for. Uh, Change around these ones a bit, make it look pretty cool. I really like the bottom right with that Nirvana shirt. Um, I believe that's off of an album cover or like a single that they had called Sliver. Um, I think that picture is really cool, and I would want to do something maybe similar to that. Obviously, not the same. Um, but with some of the graphic tees that I plan on doing with original arts, I really like a lot of this line work, kind of a trippy, distorted view of things, and a lot of color, and maybe like a lot of dark color things that go with dark colors. For example, like the middle bottom one with that skeleton, really like that. I can see that that style mixed on like a back of a black T-shirt, you know, or like a with the top left picture, like a denim jacket with that painted on the back or something. Um, and as far as typography goes, I like this glitch art, wavy look of repeating words and stuff going down or going on the side of a shirt. I think that would look really cool. Here's some more. And then these were also some ideas that I had for posters. As I was saying earlier, some of the products that I plan on making would be maybe music inspired posters or cool pictures, very floral arts on there. So for our website, um, I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Civil Regime's style, and I really like how clean their website looks. Um, it's very fluid when you're going through all the drop down menus. Everything's very laid out and big pictures. And then on the right, I like how the typography and the hierarchy of all the images and the words kind of go over the pictures and stuff. I really want to make some of these web pages more magazine inspired in a way, where there's a lot of images cleanly laid out with black and white backgrounds, and if there's color, kind of make that web page colorful. But I want there to be a variety among them. And the idea that I have for like the brick and mortar store that would be like literal brick and mortar for the walls, kind of have this style of like almost like you're walking into a thrift shop, but it's like a thrift shop for street style clothes and you know. So I want to have like a lot of posters hung up and artwork everywhere, things that you can buy. And like you, like the bottom right picture, there's some posters on the wall. You can walk up and buy those posters. Um, Same thing with these. It's I want to have like some neon signs, maybe some projections on the wall of music videos going, or whatever promos that there's going on for the store and the brand. That would be really cool. And so like bottom right is kind of this idea of like it's a thrift shop, but like more street style vibe to it. So it has that vibe to it that I really enjoy. But yeah, so that's my brand. Hope you guys invest.